Okay, get your pens and papers out. Turn the scriptures to Revelation, the 10th chapter. It's a short chapter. We're going to cover the whole chapter. Now this chapter is going into when John the Revelator was on that Isle of Patmos. Patmos was a small rocky island, barren island for criminals. Okay, and a lot of people were sent there to serve their prison terms. And this vision, John's vision, came to him approximately in 95 AD. Okay, and John died in approximately 100 AD. Okay, and he was banished to the Isle of Patmos by Domitian, Roman emperor, who was Titus' brother, who was Vespasian's son. Okay, and the Isle of Patmos today would be off the western coast of Turkey today. Okay, so that's what John did his time. He did approximately, I would say, 18 months. Okay, and the vision came to him, Yahweh spoke to him, and the Most High showed him visions. And we're going to read about some of them. Okay, we're in Revelation, the 10th chapter. Let's start from the first verse.
Revelation chapter 10, verse 1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with the cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head. And his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire.
Okay, like I say, this is an interlude. Revelation 10th chapter is an interlude between the 6th and the 7th trumpet. Now, the scripture reads, I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven. Now, there's two schools of thoughts. There's a school of thought that's saying that this is Christ, Yahweh Shai. And then the other school of thought is just another angel. So I go with the second. It's just another angel. Okay, because when it reads, it said, I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, which it was another angel just like the angels before. You understand? In the 5th chapter, the 4th chapter, because it spoke about angels before. So it said, I saw another powerful, mighty angel come down. This is a high-ranking angel. Now, these are visions. This is a high-ranking angel. Now, in the Old Testament, Yahweh Shai was called what? The angel of the Most High. Okay, he was called that. He was the one that led us out of Egypt and so forth. He was called the angel of the Lord. That was his title. Now when he took on the earthly, the human form, and he died and was risen, then he got that glorified body. Right now he in a place of authority in that glorified body with power next to the on the right hand of the Most High. So he's in that glorified body now. He's higher than the angels. Okay? So this scripture is speaking about this is another angel. This is not Yahweh Shai. Now there's two schools of thoughts on it. I mean, if some believe that, hey, this is Yahweh Shai, I ain't got no problem with you. Okay, we ain't got to split over that. Right? We just keep moving and keep breaking bread and get some more information, right? Okay. Now, when we read in Revelation is the revealing and the revelation as the glorified Yahweh Shai. That's what Revelation is giving you. Revelation is giving you the glorified Christ. It's speaking about angels, judgments, tribulations, and plagues. That's why when we read later on in the 10th chapter, the angel gave John this little book. And he said, eat it. Eat this book. John said he ate the book. It was pleasant. But then bitterness came with that. It's like when we come into truth, okay, it's all good. I'm a Hebrew Israelite, yeah. Okay, the white man, you know what we learn, the basics. But then when you find out the things that you got to go through and what you got to deal with, the scriptures say poverty and oppressions make the wise man mad. And you find out that your family going to come against you because a lot of them is not going to accept this. The world is going to hate you and so forth. You get on your job and they going to look at you different because you in that the transformation, that change. So that's when the bitterness comes in. So when John took the little book, he ate it, he received it. And he was reading about the redemption, the kingdom. But then again, the Most High said that judgment is going to come to the house of Israel first. before it go to anybody else.
Right.
He's going to get his house together first. So there's going to be judgment, trials, tribulation, bloodshed, and pain. Okay, that's the bitterness of being in this work. You understand? Because some of us more than likely going to lose family members. There's nothing you can do about that. You can teach them. I mean, if they don't convert over, they don't come into the understanding of this truth, want to break the Sabbath, want to break the laws, and want to do whatever. You can't control that. All you can do is just get it off you and teach them. Okay, that's the bitterness of this, because your mother might not make it. Your son may not make it. Your daughter may not make it. Your father may not make it. Your sister, your brother. Maybe some of your children may not make it. You understand? Because once the children grow older, then, I mean, you're supposed to teach them when they're young so it can be molded in them. Some of them grow older, then they go into another direction. Okay? So, read that first verse again.
Revelation chapter 10, verse 1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head. And his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire. Right.
Now, when the scripture speaks about this cloud, this cloud represents the presence of the Most High. Let's go to Revelation 14 and 14 real quick.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like the Son of Man, unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle.
So these clouds represents the presence of the Most High, and also their ships. The ships are the presence of the Most High, representations of the Most High. So let's go back to the 10th chapter. It say this cloud. The cloud represents the presence of the Most High. Then it speaks about the rainbow. Now, what does the rainbow represent? I know you're thinking.
It's a covenant.
The covenant.
The promise of the covenant.
With who?
No, with the Most High.
Right. You got that scripture?
Destroyed by water.
You got the scripture?
No.
Let's go to Genesis, the 9th chapter, from the 11th to the 17th verse. So that rainbow represents the covenant. That the Most High said, look, I'm not going to destroy the cattle, man, the earth with water anymore. But he's going to destroy it, but not with water, but with fire. Okay? Let's go to Genesis, the 9th chapter.
The Genesis chapter 9, verse 11.
Right.
And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. Mm-hmm. And the Most High said, this is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth.
And you can see that even today. The rainbow. You can see that today. That covenant is still in existence. Okay, read on.
And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud.
And you see that. Y'all bear witness to it. Read on.
And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you, and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. Mm-hmm. And the bow shall be in the cloud. And I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between the Most High and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth.
Right. Let's go back to the 10th chapter.
Verse 2.
We're still in 1. We got to go into the sun now. Okay, the sun is a representation of power and authority. Now, this angel came with power, shining just like the sun. Energy, total power. Why? Because he just came from the presence of the Most High. When Moses came from the presence of the Most High, did Moses' face shine? Yes. Mm-hmm. Moses had that energetic power coming direct from the presence of the Most High. The people was afraid of him. Okay, he had that different look there, different spirit was upon Moses. Okay? So the sun is power and authority And the angel face shined because he just came out from the presence of the Most High. And the pillars is a representation of a foundation, of supporting structure, because the Most High is bringing a new structure to this earth. And that fire is judgment. The pillars are firm judgment. And that fire is judgment, destruction. Okay? That's what it represents. That's the representation of that first verse. Now read the second verse.
Revelation chapter 10 verse 2. And he had in his hand a little book open, and he set his right foot upon the sea, and his left foot on the earth.
Okay, let's deal with the angel setting his right foot up on the sea and his left foot up on the earth. What does this symbolize? When the angel set his foot on land and on sea, think. That's symbolizing.
Coming out of the war?
Huh?
Is he coming out of the war?
He don't have to come out of it.
So is the left foot and right foot representation of righteousness and unrighteousness? Like the land is unrighteous and the sea?
It is one thing, one answer, one word. Authority. He's setting his foot, saying, look, I'm claiming this. I'm claiming earth worldwide. And that this little book is going to go worldwide. I'm setting my foot on land, sea, which represents people too. Okay, I'm taking control and claiming this whole planet Earth. And the angel is a representation of Christ. See, the angel is claiming this for Yahushua, Christ. See, Yahushua don't have to claim it. The angel is claiming it for him. But when you read in the other chapters like the 18th and the 19th, it tell you that Yahushua is coming to take it with an army. It's already claimed. The deeds is, you know, the little book is the deeds. The deeds is there, take that. My earth. I'm coming to take this now. Okay? So this, his feet on the sea and the land is showing the angel's authority. And the earth is Christ's inheritance, showing Christ is coming into power on this earth. And the angels claiming the earth for Christ. It's a worldwide significance. Worldwide. Okay, it's not swept up under the rug. It's not in a closet. Okay, this claim is worldwide. Okay, and when Christ take this earth, remember in the book of Revelation, I think it's the 18th or 19th chapter, I'm not sure, but it say the kingdoms of this world has become our Lord. All people and nations shall serve him. Okay, the deeds are there. Okay, kings, give it up. It's like we got houses and all that. Okay, I mean, it still belongs to the Most High. It still belongs to Christ. We got land and so forth. We ain't paid for it yet. We ain't paid the Most High nothing for it because it's still the Most High. Right? Check this out. Now, when Columbus came to these shores, when he got off the ship and he came to the land, what did Columbus do? Took his flag, stuck it on the land, said, I claim this. I'm claiming this for the king and the queen of the country that sent me out, Spain. I'm claiming these shores for them. So the angel is, these are deeds, it's in this book. I'm claiming this earth for Yahushua. See? That's it. Okay, now we getting back to the little book. Say the little book symbolized Christ's right to rule. Okay, and it also goes into the instructions for this last generation. It goes into the judgments, the tribulations. It goes into that too. That's why when John took it, okay, it was all good. It's like honey. Okay, yeah, y'all love this. We're going to be reinstated, put back into the kingdom, but it's going to be hell on earth before we get there. So that's where the bitterness comes in at. That's what this book is all about. And there are two schools of thoughts too. The little book I've read where it says the other part of the book of Daniel. You know, Daniel is a little book anyway. Now when you read in Daniel 12th chapter in the 4th verse, the Most High said, look, Daniel, shut up the book and seal it. But now the book is given to John, it's open. I'm saying that's a school of thought. Okay, now, when you read in Ezra, 2nd Ezra, I believe it's the 12th chapter, when the angel is explaining to Ezra about the last end of the Roman Empire, about the Antichrist, the beast, and the false prophet, the angel say, look, this is what your brother Daniel spoke about. But the angel said, but it wasn't expounded to him. You understand? So the Most High said that he showed his mysteries and secrets to his prophets. Now sometimes that the prophets, they don't understand these mysteries. They don't understand these things. So the Most High said Daniel didn't understand that breakdown. So I'm giving it to Ezra to break this thing down. When you read in the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra, the 12th chapter, what is the 11th chapter and the 12th chapter, where it speak about the 12 feathers, which is the seasons and so forth. And the 12th chapter breaks it down, said that a lion is coming out of the woods, which represents H.O.D.C. And then he attack. Okay? But that's something else. We'll get into that later. I was just giving you the other school of thought, saying that it's the book of Daniel that was sealed off, that was shut up. Okay? But another school of thought that this is the deeds or the instructions for this generation, the judgments and tribulations and the instructions for Yahushua to rule this earth, that's in that little book, because time is short. So you don't need a big thick book to write down everything, because time is short.
Right.
So you don't need a big book, you need a little book. Okay, judgment here, tribulation here, kingdom is set up here. That's it. You don't need nothing this thick. Well, let me figure this out. No, time is short. Even Yahushua said that the time is short. And the scriptures say, he that endure to the end shall be what? Saved. Okay, so it don't have to be a big book. Because, let's go to Romans 9:28. Because the tribulation period is going to be what? 7 years. It's not a long time, but the hell that's going to be on this earth, it's going to seem like 7,000 years. But it's only 7 years though. And it's going to be hell on earth. Let's go to Romans 9:28.
Romans chapter 9 verse 28. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness.
See? He will finish the work. And what? Cut it
off in righteousness.
And cut it off.
Cut it short.
Cut it short. Read it again.
For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness.
He will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness. Remember in Revelation the 5th chapter, they was weeping, saying, who can open up this book? Now, it's not talking about this book. They say, hey, the lion from the tribe of Judah, Yahushua, he can open these seals. He's going to give the orders and direct everything that's going to go down in this earth. The tribulations, the nations and so forth. Yahushua is going to direct that. Okay, because he's the one that got the keys. He's the one that opened the seal. He's the one that pouring out the bowls, the vows and all that. Yahushua is in control of that under the Most High.
Right.
Okay, let's go back to Revelation 10. Yeah.
Because a short work will the Most High make upon the earth.
Right, short work. 7 years short work. I mean, to the Most High, short, but it's going to be long to us. Yeah, much prayer, fasting, pleading with the Most High, tears, bloodshed, pain, everything, man. Yeah. So we're going to get a piece of what our forefathers went through back in Jerusalem, 70 AD. And during the Byzantine era, and in slavery. See, you got to go through it. You got to be tried as gold. You got to go through it. But the Most High said that the ones that's passing on and dying, they're dying what? Because of the tribulation. Blessed are those that die in the Lord, that they won't see the terribleness that's coming on the face of this earth. But then the scriptures say that you want to live to see the fall of your enemies too. So hey, you know, which one you want? Can't have them both. So which one you want? He said, yeah, I die and come back. But you want to live to see the fall of your enemies. You want to live to be in that battle. See, because when the deeds, that little book is open, okay, the claim is there. But Yahushua is coming with this army, and he's going to take this earth. And you want to be liberated and go and be tried and be built up. and fall into Ezekiel 25. Okay, by the hands of my people, Israel, I will put out my vengeance to Edom and the nations by the hands of my people. Jacob is my battle axe and my weapons of war. So you want to live to be part of that too. See, so that's up to the Most High. Let's go back to Revelation 10 and the third verse, right?
Revelation chapter 10 verse 3. And cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roared. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices.
You hear that? And this angel, let's start back from the top, man. The way he came down, clothed with the cloud, rainbow, face was like the sun, feet pillars of fire. And it said he had in his hand a little book. He had the little book. Then he put his feet on land and sea. Okay, I got the book. Okay, now the claim is we're going to take control of this whole world. And then after that is mentioned, he said he cried with a loud voice as when a lion roared. After all that is done, when that roar went out, that roar is an image of what? Terror. You ever see when a lion roar in the jungle? What do the rest of the animals do? Run. They look and they run. They don't see him, they just hear that roar and they run. So this angel is roaring, it's an image of terror to the whole world. After he's claimed my feet, sea, land, I'm claiming this earth for our Lord and Savior, H.O.D.C. And here's the deeds, this little book. His claim, why, reasons, is in this book. Okay, now, get me Hosea 11 and 10. And you get it, call out and read it.
Hosea 11 verse 10. They shall walk after Yahweh. He shall roar like a lion.
See, they shall walk after Yahweh. Who shall roar like a lion?
He shall roar like a lion.
Most High shall roar like a lion. Go ahead.
When he shall roar, then the children shall tremble from the west.
When he shall roar, what, they should clap their hands and start partying and laugh? No, he said they should what? Tremble. That lion's roar is an image of terror to this planet Earth. Okay? That's the vibration that this mighty angel did. Now, this is a high-ranking angel. Okay, this is the vibration that this angel is giving out, that look, we are coming to take this. This last generation, the time is short, you are finished. If you don't get right with the Lord and Savior, with the laws of the Most High, you are finished. Nothing else can be done. Everything is right there. It's been laid out to you since the beginning of time. But time is short now. We at the end now. And the angel said, roaring like a lion, that terror. What it said, the children from the west, what did they do? Tremble?
Shall tremble
They
from the
shall
west.
tremble. Okay? Now read that third verse again in Revelation 10.
Revelation chapter 10 verse 3. And cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roareth. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices.
Now when that lion roared, when the angel roared like a lion, there were what? 7 thunders. So the thundering, you know, it comes from the Most High, but the Most High is giving the angels. Okay, go ahead. Okay, the Most High is acknowledging that angel's claim that Yahweh is going to take this earth. Those thunderings, that's what those thunderings is about. He's acknowledging. It's not pushing it to the back. This is definitely going to be done. It's going to take place. Okay, let's go to Job 37, 2 and 5. The Most High is acknowledging this is going to be executed in the earth. Job 37, 2 to 5.
Job chapter 37 verse 2. Hear attentively the noise of his voice, and the sound that goeth out of his mouth.
Right.
He directeth it under the whole heaven.
Read that second verse again.
He attentively
Hear
attentively
Hear what? Attentively. Read on.
the noise of his
The
voice.
noise of his voice, because the Most High's voice is thunder. Listen to it. You hear it. Go ahead.
And the sound that goeth out of his mouth.
I mean, you can't miss it. You can't, when it thunder, you just sitting there, oh, that's just a white man doing something. Sometimes the thunder, you jump and you want to hide, man, because it sounds so powerful, man. You like, man, I'm thinking something gonna come out the sky and hit me. You want to hide and you trembling. Yeah, because that's the power of the Most High. Go ahead.
He directeth it under the whole heaven, and his lightning unto the ends of the earth.
Right?
After it a voice roareth, he thundereth with the voice of his excellency.
Excellency. Read on.
And he will not stay them when his voice is heard.
Go ahead.
The Most High thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things he doeth he, which we cannot comprehend.
We cannot comprehend. So, the Most High is not going to give us everything. See, man claimed to have answers, right? But are they the right answers? Are they the Most High's answers? The Most High have his own answers to the questions. And I know when we're able to sit around the masters, like the apostles and so forth, we're going to have those questions. Questions about life itself, about death, the spirit realm. Because we don't know. Israelite claim he know everything, but he don't know those things. He'll probably go get the book of no-no. The Lord say you went up. No, he don't know. That's just, But the Most High is going to explain some things. Well, the apostles and H.O.D.C, they're going to explain some things to us. A lot of things. Because some things we don't know. Okay, the Most High said that his whole plan is a mystery. There are many mysteries. Mystery of the gospel. Mystery of the kingdom, many mysteries. Okay, but a lot of those mysteries is going to be explained to us because we're going to have questions. Because man don't have the answers. Because it tell you that when these seven thunders, when they thundered, the Most High said, don't write that. See? It's the things that the Most High said, don't write that. I mean, that might have been the first time in the book of Revelation that he said don't write. Wasn't John commissioned to write down what he heard? So why all of a sudden the Most High said don't write this? But it tells you that the seven thunders, let's go to Psalms, let's go to John 12, 28 and 29. St. John, the 12th chapter, 28 and 29.
John 12:28. Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again. The people therefore that stood by and heard it said that it thundered. Others,
right, go ahead.
Others said an angel spake to him.
Right. They said that it thundered. Others say it must have been an angel because they heard something that was very powerful. Okay, let's go to Psalms 29. Now, when you read about the Israelites, our forefathers and mothers, they always spoke about seven thunders. Remember in Revelation, the 10th chapter, what was that, the 4th verse? The 3rd verse? It speaks about the seven thunders. After the angel roared and sounded like a lion, it spoke the seven thunders, thunder. Now the ancient Israelites, they always spoke about when it thundered, that's the Most High speaking. They call it seven thunders of the Most High. So it's no mistake that it speaks about seven thunders. Okay, let's go to Psalm 29. Yeah, read the whole thing. It's a short chapter. Read the whole thing.
Psalms chapter 29, verse 1. Give unto Yahweh, O ye mighty. Give unto the Most High glory and strength. Give unto the Most High the glory due unto his name.
Give unto the Most High the glory due unto what?
His name.
His name. Got to know his name. Read on.
Worship Yahweh in the beauty of holiness. The voice of the Most High is upon the waters. The Most High of glory thundereth. The Most High is upon many waters. The voice of the Most High is powerful. The voice of the Most High is full of majesty.
So he getting ready to jot this stuff down. Okay, read on.
And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, seal up those things which the seven thunders uttered, and write them not.
See, he says, seal up those. John getting ready to write. Well, I've been writing ever since the first chapter of Revelation. The revelation of Yahweh, I've been writing. So now the voice from heaven say, look, don't write what the seven thunders utter. Seal it up. Don't write them down. I know John was like, man, why can I write this stuff? Let's go to Revelation. Why can I write it? Let's go to Revelation 1 and 11.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 11. Saying, I am the Alpha and Omega.
Read the 10th verse.
Revelations 1 verse 10. I was in the spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice as a trumpet,
Read 11.
saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the seven churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto the writer, Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea.
Okay, so the 11th verse is telling John, he said, what thou seest, write it. Now let's go to Revelation, let's go to the 19th verse.
Verse 19. Write the things which thou hast
He
seen,
said, write the things which you have seen. Read on.
and the things which are,
And the things which are. Read on.
and the things which shall be hereafter.
And the things that shall be hereafter. The thunders were hereafter. But the voice said, don't write that. Okay, so John was doing what he's accustomed to doing. Write it. But the voice said, don't write. Let's go back to Revelation 10. Because it's many things that the Most High is not going to reveal. See, the Most High is the God of this whole world. Okay? He got to let you know everything. But most of the stuff the Most High shows us every day through his creation. Right? And what's in the book. He shows the universe about himself. Just by the elements, the animals. The Most High always identifies himself with the eagle and the lion. The animals are what? They're tough animals. The lion and the eagle. The eagle is the king of what? King of his domain. The lion is the king of his domain. So the Most High uses these two strong animals to represent himself. It's not going to play itself short. So it's a lot of things that the Most High is not going to show. He's not going to give us. It's like some of the prophets. They got certain things, but they didn't understand it. The Most High said, well, I'm going to give it to Ezra. Okay, I'm going to give this to John. Okay, you write it down, but I'm going to give it to this prophet over here. This disciple right here. Okay, so where we at?
Verse 5.
Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 10, verse 5. And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven.
So the angel that was standing on the land and sea, claiming the earth for Yahushua, what did he do?
Lifted up his hand to heaven.
Lift his hand up to heaven. So he's not the only angel that does that. Let's go to Daniel 12 and 7.
Daniel 12 verse 7. And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven.
Right, just like so. Right, held them up to heaven. Or, like so. Go ahead.
And swear by him that liveth forever,
That's the Most High. Go ahead.
that it shall be for a time, times and a half. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished.
Shall be finished. So this is nothing new that an angel, it's like they are making a covenant with the Most High, or giving an oath with the Most High. Raise his hand. The angel have already got the little book, already got the claim to the earth, and then already put foot on land and sea, and he roared like a lion, terrified the world, and the seven thunders thundered, the Most High acknowledging, I got you. I'm with that. But Most High said, don't write that though. Now the angel's like, it is finished. There's no more delay. Time of the end is at hand. Everything is done now. Just got this generation. It's got a few steps to go. And judgment, everything is going to be executed. Okay, so the angels making that oath with the Most High, which symbolizing that the Most High is acknowledging, okay, you did what I asked you to do, you did your job, everything is done. It's finished. The end is near. We don't have much time now. Let's hurry up and get this wicked kingdom out the way and set up Yahweh's kingdom, glorified kingdom. Okay? Come on, read.
Go back to Revelation.
Yeah, Revelation, yeah.
Revelations chapter 10.
Read the 5th verse again.
Revelations chapter 10 verse 5. And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever and ever, who created heaven and the things that therein are, and the earth and the things that therein are, and the sea and the things which are therein, that there should be time no longer.
See, he got his hands up, making that plea, making that oath. Look, everything is accomplished. It's done. It's not going to be any more delays. Come on, bring it. Let's bring this destruction, tribulation, and then set this kingdom up. Go ahead.
Verse 7. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the Most High shall be finished, as he hath declared to his servants the prophets.
And the seven angels, the seven trumpet. Like I say, this is an interlude between the sixth and the seventh trumpet. Okay, when you read after the 10th chapter, the seventh trumpet comes, if anybody can look for that, or I get it for you later, the seventh trumpet comes a couple chapters after Revelation 10. Okay, this is like a in the middle, an interlude between 6 and the 7 trumpets. Okay? All right. Read on.
Verse 8. And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again.
Well, let's go to Colossians 4 and 3. Let's get more into that mystery. It's a mystery of who's going to be saved and who's not. It's a mystery. You don't know.
Colossians chapter 4 verse 3. Withal praying also for us, that the Most High would open unto us a door of utterance, to speak the mystery of Christ,
right,
for which I am also in bonds.
Right. So Yahushua is a mystery to most. He's a mystery to Israelites. Mystery. A lot of Israelites really don't know anything about him, which they should. Because Yahushua, a Hebrew Israelite himself from the tribe of Judah. So you should know about him, his mission, his position, and the future kingdom, and his connection with the Most High. So to a lot of our people, Israelites, that's a mystery. To the world, now they teach Jesus Christ and all this stuff, but to know Christ as being black, so-called black, the Israelite, came for the nation of Israel, it's a mystery to them. It's all in the book, but they just don't want to accept that though. Okay, go ahead and read. Were we still in 7th verse?
Now the 8th verse.
Read the 8th verse.
Revelation chapter 10, verse 8. And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book, which is open in the hand of the angel, which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth.
So it's telling John, said, look, go and take this little book. It's already open. It's not sealed. Take this book from the angel's hand. Read on.
Verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up.
He said, take it and eat it up. What are you talking about now? And I know y'all know what he's talking about. Take it and eat this book up. You know, like Ezekiel, the Most High said, take this roll and eat it. Was he talking about a piece of bread? No, okay, y'all know what he's talking about. Take this book, receive this book. Take it in, eat it. Go ahead.
And it shall make thy belly bitter.
It shall make thy belly bitter. Your mind is going to be disturbed off this thing. This is going to be pleasant. But when you begin to experience and read about the real deal, the real thing, okay, the real tribulation and how we're going to get to the kingdom, it's going to affect you. You know, like a lot of us when we come into truth, we on the YouTube watching, oh, I like that school, I'm okay. You be in the streets, yeah, right on, brother. Then you come to the school, you think it's going to be like that all the time. See, you receiving it, you eating the book now. You getting a little understanding of what's going on with the Israelites. Now when you come in, brothers are like, brother, you've been here 6 months, sister, you just can't sit in here. We need help. We need you to do things now, okay? We need you to help build. We need you to lay a few bricks. And then you come in, you're happy. Yeah, I went and tried to teach this to my mother. She wanted to put me out. Brother, you know we ain't got a place for you. You better be cool in the house. So that's when the bitterness come in at, when you get rejected from people that once loved you. See, the world hates Israel, man. We enemies to the whole entire earth. You understand? I mean, you can see that. I mean, you have your border blue, or you wear kufi, mitri, what have you. You walk in public or sit on the train or the bus, just looking at you, staring at you, looking at you. You may look and speak or give a nod. They won't even respond back. So that's when it becomes bitterness to us. When we come into truth and we learn that there's certain things, well, a lot of things that we got to give up. You understand? Brother come in, well, I can have 3 wives. He go out and get 3. Next week he want to counsel. Man, I'm having a problem with, you know. So the bitterness, okay, it's sweet learning that. But now you catching hell with it now. All 3 of them. Bitterness. Oh man, I just think I'm gonna just go get my own place, you know. Brother, hey, I mean, you don't want to put yourself in that situation. Sister come in, same thing. Looking for a brother, husband. Okay, he got 3 wives. No, I don't. Okay, this brother got 2 wives. Well, I just stay by myself. Okay. Bitterness. But the scriptures say that you're entitled to those things, but you have to be what we call built like that. You just can't have 4 and 5 women and so forth, and then you can't do anything. You can't help them. They doing everything for you. You eating up everything and you just going out teaching and so forth. And now how you gonna set the example in the household? It's always going to be conflict. So that's where the bitterness comes in at. You know, understanding the poverty and oppression and the tribulation of this book. But as you standing out there listening, yeah, rah, yeah. But when you come in, you come to any school. When I went to the house of David, they want me to be a part of this and that. You know, I don't think we should pay tithes. I don't think, you know, I think, well, you can't pay rent with a bag of rice. You can't. It takes money. So yet they go to another school. The next Israelite school is doing the same thing. They need money to pay bills too. You know, and they got situations where, you know, they going into scriptures that you may not like, but you leave there, you go to another Israelite camp, same thing. Okay, the bitterness is going to get deeper and deeper and deeper until you find and set your foundation, you know, find a structure. Unless you set your own up, your own school up. Most people do that, most brothers do that. But when you do that though, if you can't take orders, then you can't give them.
Right.
See, because once you leave one congregation, is how you leave a congregation is how you go into the next congregation.
Right.
That baggage is just going to follow you. You're not going to change. See? Okay, continue to read. Put verse 1 in.
Verse 9.
Read it again.
Revelation chapter 10, verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey.
Right, go ahead.
And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up.
He said, I ate it up. I received it. Took it in. Read it. Studied it. Go ahead.
And it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
I started finding out about these tribulations and judgment as soon as I ate it, man. I started understanding the downfall and the problems that's going to be in the near future. The deaths, the wars, the bloodshed, the tribulation, judgments after judgments after judgments. And in this little book is more judgments. Because if that's the claim for Yahushua to rule the world, in the book, there's more judgments on how he's going to take the earth and rule it. And who in resistance, what's going to happen to them. So that's what John was reading, man. A lot of my own people is going to be taken out. I've seen Jerusalem destroyed. I'm on the Isle of Patmos. I was part of the persecution. I'm doing time. I got 18 months. I was part of it. So now you're giving this little book and it's more to come? Yes, sir. Go ahead and read.
Verse 11. And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings.
Now there are many schools of thoughts on this 11th verse. You know, some schools of thought is saying John Revelator is still on earth from back then. But one school of thought is that John the Revelator was put in a cauldron of hot oil. But the angels saved him from burning in the oil. Then they sent him to the Isle of Patmos. But that don't really, you know, really don't fit the description. And another school of thought, now I read something on John Fox. He wrote a book called The Book of Martyrs. The deaths of all the brothers and sisters that was executed for the word of Yahushua, John Fox. Now, it was said that he was sentenced by Domitian, Roman emperor, to the Isle of Patmos. Did his time, the vision came to him in AD 95. Did his time there, got out, and he went and kept teaching. So I can see he prophesied before peoples and nations and tongues, and it said that he died in Ephesus. And it say that he was put, what I read, he was put in a cauldron of boiling oil, and he died from that, martyred from that. So, you know, like I said, it's two schools of thought. If you believe the other, we ain't got to split off that. We ain't got to have a division off that. You know, it's other things that, you know, that we want to accord with. Okay? Just like Revelation 10th chapter, the first verse, that mighty angel. Now, some would say that's Yahushua. Okay. But I would say that that's a mighty angel. That's how I taught it. Because they say another angel just like the other angels in the previous chapters. But if you accept that that's Yahweh Shai, you got a problem with that. We ain't got a division over that. We ain't got a split over that. But there's other things that we can build on, that we can grow with. Okay? So with that, my brother and sister, I told you it was going to be a short class. With that, that's the end of the class. Okay?